President Trump announced this afternoon his most expansive tariffs to date, establishing a universal baseline 10% tariff on U.S. imports and additional rates on dozens of other countries, 20% for the EU, 34% for China, 26% for India, 24% for Japan. It's being reported that these new rates were much higher than what many economists and policymakers were expecting. So what are you hearing about these tariffs?
I would urge viewers to go and Google Smoot Hawley. One of the last times this country decided that it was going to impose massive tariffs and set off a trade war, that was during the Great Depression, and it was an economic and a political disaster. You said, what's the reaction? I mean, I'm seeing the word shocked over and over again. The Israelis are shocked that they were hit with a big tariff. In fact, virtually everyone in the world was hit with a Trump tariff except Russia. It just But I put a line under that. But these are huge taxes. And again, people need to understand that you just had a Republican president unilaterally raise taxes by trillions of dollars without any congressional action. I am old enough to remember, Katie, when Republicans were against the idea of massive tax increases paid for by consumers.
Yeah, and didn't Ronald Reagan speak very enthusiastically against tariffs?
Almost every Republican after McKinley spoke against tariffs, spoke in favor of free markets. To say that this is a departure is putting it mildly. I mean, it used to be that conservatives understood the world economy is so complex that you don't want to have the government picking winners and losers and interfering. And here's Donald Trump, who's had this fetish for tariffs for decades. I don't think he understands all the things he's breaking. I don't think he understands how complicated international trade is right now, or how supply chains move, how goods and services move back and forth across the border. And I think there's been a lot of denial. A lot of business people probably told me, oh, don't worry about it. He's not actually going to do it. This is just a negotiating ploy. And right now they're absorbing the reality that they have to take Donald Trump seriously and literally. But to the heart of your questions, nobody knows all of the implications of this downstream. What it means for consumers. It's going to mean higher prices. What it's going to mean for the markets. No one knows, but I think it's unlikely to be good. And if we're plunged into a recession, and the odds of a recession have risen dramatically as a result of Trump's action, it will be a voluntary recession. It will be a recession caused by the president's unilateral actions. I mean, normally recessions are caused by overheated markets or some outside event that's taking place. This will be the Trump recession because he inherits a not perfect but growing economy. And if this puts a brake on all of that, it will be a rather remarkable political moment. And of course, if you're a Republican and you're on for the ride, you bought the ticket, you're on for the ride. No wonder they're nervous right now.